Good morning, year one. We're just going to start with a bit of maths again. So on the board currently is your skill chart for today. If you could just pause the screen and spend a few minutes filling this in, make sure you send it to us afterwards so we can have a look at what you've been doing. Okay, we're going to move into our fluency now. So let's look at our number bonds 10 and their fact families. So if we're doing number bonds 10, we know that in our number sentence, our whole is always going to be 10 because we are doing number bonds to 10. What are my two parts in my first number bond? Well, my first part is, we can see what piece of numicon this is. This is a number 4 piece of numicon. 4 plus how many more? 4 plus how many more equals 10? 4 plus 6 more equals 10, because I know that piece of numicon is a 6. So I know that 4 plus 6 more equals 10. What is my fact family for that number bond? So I've already said that 4 plus 6 equals 10. I could also say that 6 plus 4 equals 10. I could say that 10 equals, what are my two parts? 10 equals 4 plus 6 more. Looking at my two pieces of numicon up here for my two parts. And I could also say that 10 equals 6 plus 4 more. So those are my four number bonds for this one. Those are my four fact families for this one number bond. Fantastic. So next, I've got one of my parts already in there. So let's fill in the rest of this number sentence. Let's start with the whole. What is my whole? My whole is 10, because we are doing number bonds to 10, and I can see clearly that this is like a number 10. So we know that our whole is 10. One of our parts is 3. We can see that there because that part of numicon is our number 3. How many more do we need to make 10? So 3 plus how many more? 3 plus 7 more. So we could also say 7 plus 3 more equals 10. Fantastic. Let's look at our number bond. So now we're starting with our number 3, our 3 part. 3 plus, I know that's 7, so I've got my 3 part there. I know it needs 7 more equals my whole, which is 10. Let's look at our next number bonds. This time we're going to start with the whole, because my two parts go here. My whole goes here. So my whole is 10. 10 equals 3 plus how many more? So I know that's 3 there. How many more? I need 7 more to make 10. 10 equals 3 plus 7 more. Last number bond, starting with my whole. 10 equals, I've got something plus 3. How many more to 3 do I need to add in? I know it's 7. So my four number bonds are 7 plus 3 equals 10, 3 plus 7 equals 10, 10 equals 3 plus 7, and 10 equals 7 plus 3. Okay, let's look at our last number bond. So our last number bond, what piece of numicon is this? Or we can start with our whole. So our whole is going to be 10, because we're doing number bonds to 10. Our whole is always going to be 10 in our number bonds to 10. What is my first piece of numicon? Well, I know that this piece of numicon is a 10. So 10 plus how many more equals 10? Well, I've not got any other piece of numicon there. So I know that 10 plus 0 more equals 10. Now I want to know the fact family for that number bond. This time I'm going to say that 0 plus 10 more equals 10. Fantastic. Next, our fact family is asking for our whole first. So our whole is 10. 10 equals, our first part is 10 plus how many more equals 10? 10 equals 10 plus 0. And our last number bond is our whole goes first. Our whole is 10 equals 0 plus 10. Fantastic. There are now some number bonds and some fact families on the board for you to have a go at. Can you please pause this screen? Okay, year one, pause this screen and please have a go at these number bonds and fact families. Make sure you send in your work so we can have a look at it and then come back to us. Fantastic. Let's have a look at these together. So our first number bond is going to be, well, I know that's a piece of number 1 numicon, and I know that I need 9 more. 1 plus 9 more equals 10. What is my fact family for that number bond? Well, I know that 9 plus 1 more equals 10. My next fact family is starting my whole, so 10 equals 1 plus 9 more, and I know that 10 equals 9 plus 1 more. Fantastic. Next one, what piece of numicon do I have to start with? I know that is a number 5 numicon, so 5 plus how many more? I know that 5 plus, that's another 5 piece of numicon, so 5 plus 5 more equals my whole, which is 10. Fantastic. Again, doing my number bonds, they're not going to look much different because I've got the same 2 parts, but 5 plus 5 more equals 10. 10 equals 5 plus 5 more. And finally, 10 equals 5 plus 5 more. We've still switched our parts around, but our parts are the same, so it does not look much different. Let's look at this one up here. So we are starting with one of our parts. It's my number sentence already told me that my first part is 4. 4 plus how many more? 4 plus how many more? 4 plus 6 more equals my whole. My whole is 10 because we are doing number bonds to 10. What is my fact family for that number bond? Well, I know that 6 plus 4 more equals my whole, which is 10. This time it's asking my whole first. I know that my whole is 10 because we are doing number bonds 10. 10 equals 4 plus 6 more because we've got a piece of 4 numicon here and a piece of 6 numicon here. Finally, my whole is 10. 10 equals something plus 4 more. Well, I know that 4 and 6 are a number bond, so 10 equals 6 plus 4 more. Let's move on to this one. So this is saying that 0 is one of my parts, and what's my other part? Well, I know that I've got 0 numicon plus this 10 piece of numicon, so 0 plus 10 equals my whole, which is 10. Fantastic. This time, what is my first part? My first part is 10 plus 0 more equals my whole, which is 10, because we're doing number bonds to 10. We want my whole to go first this time because my equal symbol is here. So my whole is 10. 10 equals 0 plus how many more? 10 equals 0 plus 10 more. And finally, what is my whole? My whole is 10. 10 equals something, add 0 more. Well, I know 10 equals 10, add 0 more. Last couple. So this time we've got no numbers in our number sentence. We need to look at it together. So let's start with our whole. I know our whole is 10 because we are doing number bonds to 10. What is my first part? My first part is 3. So 3 plus how many more? 3 plus how many more? 3 plus 7 more equals 10. What is my number bond to go with that? What is my fact family to go with that number bond? Well, I know that 7 plus 3 more also equals 10. This time I'm going to start with my whole. My whole is 10. 10 equals 3 plus 7 more. And finally, 10 equals 7 plus 3 more. Make sure you give all these a tick if you got them right and send them in at the end. And let's do the last one together. So our last number bond is, what piece of numicon is this one? What piece of numicon is that? This is a number 8 piece of numicon plus how many more? 8 plus how many more? 2 more equals a whole. Our whole is 10. What is the fact family for that number bond? The fact family for that number bond is going to start with 2 this time. 2 is one of our parts. Our other part is 8. What is my whole? My whole is 10. So 2 plus 8 more equals 10. Now we're going to start with our whole. Our whole is 10 because we're doing number bonds to 10. 10 equals one of our parts, which is 8, plus 2 more, which is our other part. And 10 also equals, what is our final number bond? Our final fact family is 2 plus 8 more. 10 equals 2 plus 8 more. Brilliant, year 1. Make sure you send those in through the email so we know you're doing amazing work. Okay, we are now going to be looking at what we've been doing last week as well. So we're looking at using our pictorial representations to find out how many are left. So last week we were looking at first, then, and now. We're going to carry on doing that, but we're going to make it a little bit more tricky. So first there are, how many muffins do I have to start with? First there are, let's have a count, 1, 2, 3, 4 muffins. First there are 4 muffins. Then I'm going to take away 1, 2. Then 2 are taken away. So first there are 4, then 2 are taken away. Now there are, how many muffins do I have left? If I started, first there were 4, then 2 are taken away. Now there are, I know there are 1, 2 muffins left because those 2 have not been crossed out. We do not count the ones that have been crossed out for now because they have been taken away. So first there are 4, then 2 are taken away. Now there are 2. Fantastic. Oh, now we've got some bananas. So first there are, let's careful counting with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First there are 5 bananas. Then, how many are taken away? How many am I taking away? 1, 2, 3. So first there are 5 bananas. Then, how many are taken away? 3 are taken away because I put my line through 3 of these bananas. Now there are, how many are left? So first there were 5, then 3 were taken away. How many are left? Now there are 1, 2. 2 are left. Now there are 2. So first there were 5, then 3 were taken away. Now there are 2. Oh, let's try it now with chocolate bars. First there are, let's have a count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. First there are 7 chocolate bars. Then I'm going to take away 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 5 are taken away. How many are left? Can you count how many are left? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. 1, 2. Now there are 2 left. Fantastic, year 1. Okay, this time we have, how many apples do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 apples. First, there are 6 apples. Then, how many are taken away? Then, how many are taken away? So we're going to take away 1, 2, 3, 4. So then, 4 are taken away. Now there are. So first there were 6, then 4 were taken away. How many do I have left? Let's count. 1, 2. Now there are 2. Brilliant. Oh, this time we can write it with a number sentence. So we've been writing it with first there are 6, then 4 are taken away, and now there are 2. This time we're going to write it in a number sentence. So first there were, how many children are to start with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So first there are 5 children. 5 is how many there were at the start. So first there were 5. How many are taken away? Well, we know that the ones with the line through are the children that have been taken away. So we know that 1, 2 children taken away. So 5 take away 2 equals, and our whole is how many are left at the end. So how many are left? 1, 2, 3. So first there were 5, then 2 were taken away. Now there are 3. So let's have a go at completing this number sentence. So 10, that's showing us how many we are starting with. So let's double check that is correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. First, there are 10. Then we take away, we know that symbol means take away. Then we take away 3. Are 3 been taken away? 1, 2, 3. So first there were 10, then 3 were taken away. So that's shown here. How many are left? This is asking us equals. It's asking us how many are left. Let's have a count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 10 subtract 3 equals 7. Or 10 take away 3 equals 7. We can say that as first there are 10, then 3 are taken away. Now there are 7. Or we can say that 10 take away 3 equals 7. Let's have a go at this one together. So my number sentence is saying that there are 5 bees to start with. Let's double check that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 bees to start with. Then we are taking away 1. We can see that because there is a line through this bee. So first there are 5, then we are taking away 1. How many are left? How many bees are left? Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4. So first there are 5, then we take away 1, then there are 4. 5 take away 1 equals 4. I would like you to pause your screen now and have a go at this one on your piece of paper in front of you, and then come back and play when you're ready to carry on with the lesson. Fantastic. Let's have a look at what this number sentence is. So this is telling us that first there were 8. So let's check that firstly 8 cars start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. First there are 8. Then 2 are taken away. 1, 2. So first there are 8, then 2 are taken away. We can see that because those 2 have lines through them. How many are left? How many are left? You should have this answer written down in front of you, so you should be able to join in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So first there are 8, then 2 are taken away. Now there are 6. 8 take away 2 equals 6. Let's have a go at this one all together. So first there are, how many to start with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First there are 5. Then how many are we taking away? So this says we are taking away 3. Let's check. 1, 2, 3. First there are 5. Then we have taken away 3. How many are left? How many are left? Let's have a look. 1, 2. There are 2 left. So first there were 5. Then we took away 3. Now there are 2 left. We could also say that 5 take away 3 equals 2. Okay, I would like you now to pause your screens and have a go at this one on your own. Off you go. Okay, Year 1, fantastic. I hope you've had a go at this one on your own. Let's go through it together. So, first of all, how many do we start with? How many squares have we got to start? So we are starting with 1, 2, 3 squares. 3 squares are starting us. Then, how many are we taking away? How many are we taking away from our 3 squares? We are taking 1 away. How many have we got left? We've got 1, 2 left. That's what you should have on your piece of paper. If you do, give it a tick. If not, don't worry about it because that's how we learn. Let's look at how many squares we've got here. So our number sentence is saying that we are starting with 6 squares. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are starting with 6 squares. Then we are taking away 2, and we can see that because these 2 squares have got a line through them. So 2 squares have been taken away. How many squares do we have left? Let's count together. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 4 squares left. So first we had 6, then we took 2 away. Now we have 4, or we could say that 6 take away 2 equals 4. I would like you to pause your screens and have a go at this one on your piece of paper in front of you. Off you go. Fantastic. Okay, let's have a look. So how many squares are we starting with? So to start with, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 squares to start with. Then we are going to, how many are we taking away? How many are we taking? We're taking 1, 2 away. Then now how many do we have left? So first we had 5 squares, then we took away 2. Now how many do we have left? We've got 1, 2, 3 left. First we had 5 squares, then we took away 2. Now we have 3 left. I hope that's what you had on a piece of paper. If you did, give it a tick. Fantastic. Oh, this time we've got the number sentence, but our squares aren't crossed out for us. So let's see if we can do it together. So how many squares do I have to start with? First, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. First, I have 6 squares. Then, how many am I taking away? How many squares am I taking away? I'm taking away 1, 2, 3, because that's what our number sentence tells us right here. So first I have 6, then I'm taking away 3. How many squares do I have left? I have 1, 2, 3 squares left. Fantastic. Let's have a go at this one. So how many squares am I starting with? How many squares am I starting with? I am starting with 6 squares. Let's check that is right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm starting. First I have 6 squares. Then How many am I taking away? My number sentence is telling me that I'm taking away 5 squares. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So first I had 6 squares, then I took away 5. Now, how many have I got left? How many have I got left? How many squares have not been crossed out? The answer is 1. So first there were 6, then I took away 5. Now there is 1 square left. So 6 take away 5 equals 1. I would like you to pause your screens and please have a go at this one for me. Off you go. Fantastic. Okay, let's have a look at it together. So how many squares do I have to start with? First there are 1, 2, 3, 4. First there are 4 squares. Then how many squares am I taking away? How many squares am I taking away? I'm taking away 1, 2. Then I'm taking away 2 squares. How many squares do I have left? So first there were 4, then I took away 2. Now there are, how many squares are left? 1, 2. Fantastic. If you got that right, give it a tick. Make sure you send this in to us at the end. Oh, this is a little bit different. So this says, is this correct? So it says, first there are 7 squares, 7 cars, sorry. First there are 7 cars. Then I am taking away 3 cars. Now there are 3 cars left. So let's have a look. Are there 7 cars to start with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So actually, first I have 6 cars. So this does not look correct. This should be 6. 6. Take away 3. So taking away 3. 1, 2, 3. How many are left? 1, 2, 3. So it is not correct because we are not starting with 7. So I think this is incorrect because first there are 6, or we could write 6 take away 3 equals 3. But we know that is not correct. Let's have a go at this one. Is this correct? This says 4 take away 2 equals 1. So let's have a look. How many squares do we have to start with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 squares to start with, and we are taking away 2. But that is not what it's showing us here. So we know that 4, this is showing us 6. Take away, how many are crossed out? 1 equals, how many have we got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this number sentence is incorrect because 6 take away 1 equals 5. Or that we know that 4, we could draw this one out. 4 take away 2 equals 2. But this number sentence is not correct. Let's have a go at this one down here. So what am I starting with this time? Oh, this time I've got my 4 squares to start with. 1, 2, 3, 4. So far we are correct. It's telling us that then we are taking away 1. So 4 take away 1. Are we taking away 1 here, or are we taking away more than that? I would like you to pause your screen and have a go at this one down here on your own, and then come back and we will look through it together. So you've had a look at this one now. Do you think that 4 take away 1 equals 2 is correct or incorrect? Well, I think it is incorrect because I know that 4 take away 2, 4 take away 1 is not 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Take away 1 is 3. So 4 take away 1 equals 3. So this is incorrect. Oh, let's have a look at our last couple of questions. So there were 4 birds and 2 flew away. How many are left? So let me draw up my birds. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I got my 4 birds, and then 2 flew away. How could I show that 2 have flown away? I know I could cross 1, 2 out. So first there were 4 birds, then 2 flew away. How many are left? How many are left? Let's have a look. 1, 2. So how can I write this in a number sentence? So I could write that first there were 4 birds, and then 2 flew away. So 4 take away 2 equals how many are left? Equals 2. Oh, this time there were 6 rats. 4 ran away. How many are left? So I'm going to draw it out to help me. So I'm going to draw it out. I'm not going to draw rats because that'll take a really long time. I'm just going to draw some circles. So I'm going to draw 6 circles to represent my 6 rats. 4, 5, 6. 4 ran away. How can I represent my 4 rats running away? I know I could cross them out. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I started with 6 rats. First there were 6 rats, then 4 ran away. How many are left? So I started with 6 rats, and then 4 ran away. So 6 take away 4 equals how many are left? 1, 2. So I know that 6 take away 4 equals 2. I would like you to pause your screen and have a go at this one for me. See if you can, make sure you can draw it out to help you. Don't spend lots of time drawing lots and lots of little dogs. Just draw circles or squares to represent your dogs. Remember to put a cross out the ones that have been taken away, and then come back and we'll do it together. Fantastic. Okay, so let's start with, first there were 10 dogs. So to help me figure this out, I'm going to draw my 10 dogs. I'm just going to draw circles. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So first there were 10 dogs. So I'm going to write that in a number sentence. So I know that I'm going to write my 10 first because that's what I'm starting with. First there were 10 dogs. So 10 take away. How many dogs ran away? 3 dogs ran away. So 10 take away 3 equals how many dogs were left? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 10 equals 3 take away 7. I'm just going to cross that out because that's not very neat and just write it a bit neater underneath. 10 take away 3 equals 7. 10 take away 3 equals 7. We know that because we drew it out. Fantastic. Okay, here are some worksheets for you. So the next few slides are all the different worksheets. Okay, so if you pause your video now, these are your worksheets to work through for today. And then play for the next worksheet, and then pause, and then play. And you can work your way through all the worksheets. It's really important that you email us in the work you've been doing so we can see how fantastic you're working at home and give you some feedback as to how to learn more in the future. Okay, off you go. Brilliant. Thanks very much, Year 1, and I'll see you tomorrow for some more maths.